So, just going to be on for a pretty short time here. And what I want to do is kind of talk a little bit about how, in Okinawan karate, how we deal with somebody getting around somebody's defense. So, a lot of times we're trying to hit somebody and they've got their hands up, they're protecting their head very well. And some of the things we do, like these kind of circular movements, these grabs, these hand traps, that can actually, we think about it on defense, like we're blocking the punch and we grab a hold so they can't keep punching us. That's part of our block, right? They're actively attacking. This is really more like when we're hitting and they're defending well, how do we, get around their defense? So we can use some of the same approaches. I've got my guy Bob here. Bob has been gifted some honorary arms, and he's doing a good job keeping his hands up, protecting. All right. The first thing we'll do is just basic. I'm trying to throw my rear hand punch here, and he's got his hands up. He protects. He blocks here. Boom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like I'm going to punch with this other hand, the front hand. I'm going to reach. Instead of punching him, because he's already got it up, I could even punch a little bit, boom, just so he feels like it's a punch coming, keeps his hands there, but it's not going to be full power punch. I'm going to hook, even if I've got boxing glove on, and my hand's like this, I can hook his hand out of the way, sidestep, boom, and come in with the same punch I just threw off the back foot. So punch off the back foot, reach, oh, pull, sidestep, throw that punch. From this side, boom, it runs into that wall, his defense, reach, boom, sidestep, throw that punch. Boom, boom. So punch, bring this here, hook, sidestep, for your punch. Boom, boom. So you can even you can kind of throw that as a hit. So you're punching here, kind of punching here, boom. But you go here, hook that, sidestep, bang, and pull it out so you can punch. Boom, boom, boom. Sidestep, pull that out, and drive it. So the foot movement is going to be like you're coming here, here, sidestep and clear. And from that sidestep, you're going to drive off that foot. That's where you get the power for your hit. So it's boom, boom. All right. We can do similar stuff with kicking, okay? So he's got his hands up here. Let's say he actually punches. I sidestep, I block, circle, grab a hold of his wrist, kick him in the ribs here. Boom. Now I'm throwing this punch like I'm trying to hit his face, but he's still got this hand free. He brings it over to protect. So I'm gonna hook that hand. And since I still got this arm, his ribs are gonna be open. So I throw Moashigeri to the ribs, boom. Then from here, I've got this hand trapped over this hand. I can I'll do a palm strike, so I'm not running my knuckles right into his teeth. Palm strike here, throw a hook punch, or a high toe, all right? So for karate, sometimes we're not bound up with boxing gloves or anything like that. So you could throw a palm strike, boom, and then you could throw a ridge hand or a high toe right to kind of behind the jawline, behind the ear, boom. All right, but you could also just make it a hook. So if you're kickboxing and you've got boxing gloves on, you can throw that hook. All right, so I get here, kick, come here, trap this one, Moashigeri, boom, boom. All right. Show on the other side, move here, grab a hold of the wrist control, and I kick front foot to the ribs. I throw my punch. He brings his hand across to block that. I'm gonna hook it when he brings the block. Instead of throwing the punch, I'm just gonna hook the arm. I'm gonna do my Mowashi Geri to the ribs, followed by Shote, palm strike to the face, the Haito, ridge hand behind the jaw, behind the ear. So the good thing is that this is very good for demonstrating concepts. The bad thing is it's hard for drilling repetitively because I always have to be fixing his arms. Yep, I do karate, that's right. Oh, cool. Also karate, that's awesome. Hello, welcome. Yep, so I'm just kind of showing how, and once the video posts later, you'll see, like I'm showing how in karate, we use some of the same movements where like, if you use like a circular movement and then kind of grab a hold at the end of your block, we use the same thing if they're defending themselves. Like if we're trying to punch them and they put their hand up to block, sometimes the circle and grab can actually be hooking that hand, getting it out of the way so you can hit them with something else. All right, so from here, sidestep, tenshin, kosuke, tsukamu, maigeri. I throw Gyakuzuki punch, brings his hand across the block. So now I hook this, Chudan Mowashi Geri to the Wakibara, Shote, Haito. Kosuke, Tsukamu, Zensoku Geri, Gyakuzuki, Mowashi Geri, Shote, Haito. Kosuke, Tsukamu, Zensoku Geri, Gyakuzuki, Chudan Mowashi Geri, Shote, Haito. Kosuke, Tsukamu, Zensoku Geri, Gyakuzuki, Chudan Mowashi Geri, Shote, Haito. So yeah, other side. It's tough because when I throw my bob so bouncy side to side, when I throw my Chudan Mowashi Geri, he starts doing this, and then I'm like trying to figure out where to hit with my Shote. So I guess not exactly how a real human would react. Usually you can kind of predict if you kick them really hard, they might kind of go this way, just a little bit. But they're probably not. Yeah, if you're feeling somebody out and you're kind of in that range, they might be, doing that to slip punches and stuff. So it's probably not a bad thing to have to track them, but they're not giving you exactly that, right? Kosuke, Zensoku Geri, Gyakuzuki, Chudan Mowashi Geri, Shote, see, kind of missed there because he's going side to side, Haito. But it's more about the principle. It's more about the principle of how you're doing that to your opponent. I'll kind of show on this one. So it's like once I understand what I'm doing and I use those arms to kind of understand the movement, understand what where they might put their arms to block and protect, where I'm gonna have to hook, then I can just use like a back like this. You see that one, it lines up perfectly. When I kick it, it doesn't go, it just goes here, and that's more like how a person might move. So, tenshin, kosuke, tsukamu, Zenzo Kogeri, Yakuzuki, Washigiri. Let's go. Shote, Haito. See if I can find a good angle where you can kind of see everything. All right. Okay, that's good. So, Kenshin Kosuke Tsukamo, Senso Kogeri, Yakuzuki, I hook, Shumon Washigiri, Shoten, Haito. Kenshin Kosuke Tsukamo, Senso Kogeri, Yakuzuki, hook, Shumon Washigiri, Shoten, Haito. All right, that's good for now. Think about some of those concepts. And have a great day. Strength and honor.